Hi, it's Wesley with Expandacraft Modular Boats here again for a detailed comparison of two similar outrigger canoes. Now, here we have an aluminum 15-foot flatback canoe with a 12-foot 9-inch Expandacraft outrigger kit with a single 5-foot deck on either side. This boat is so light, my friend and I behind the camera there, Aaron, can lift this boat onto the trailer with ease because it's probably, well, it's a 60-pound canoe and about 65, 70 pounds worth of aluminum decking and all of the Expandacraft gear. So it's not very heavy at all, as opposed to this one. Now, this one is also a 15-foot flatback canoe. However, we put a 16-foot 9-inch Expandacraft outrigger kit on this and two 8-foot aluminum decks with padding on each side. The aluminum decks are 2 pounds per linear foot. So an 8-foot deck is 16 pounds. 16 times 4 is your decking. However, this boat is shallower than this one, meaning that it drafts less water by a half an inch or so, because it has so much more volume in the hulls. Now with the same motor, come here. I can't say the brand, but if you see it, you see it. With the same motor, this boat is not nearly as fast as the aluminum boat is. But at idle speed, to a crack above idle speed, where 99% of your traveling will be done in a boat like this, it's the same. Same speed in this boat as it is that boat. This boat, however, you're not going to pick up off of the trailer with two people, because not only is it got the 16-foot outrigger kit and the aluminum, but this is a plastic canoe with a double hull. And by double hull, I'll show you here. It has two hulls. There's the bottom hull, and all of this molded plastic is basically enough plastic to make another canoe. So it's probably more than twice the weight. I don't know what the weight of this canoe is, but I know it's considerably more than the aluminum canoe, which is a one skin aluminum. The pluses of the heavier plastic boat is it's nearly indestructible. You can beat and bang this thing against the rocks. It might scratch the plastic. It's probably not coming through. Whereas an aluminum boat, which is very thin, that's why it's so light, it's thin. If you have your boat heavily laden and you run over a sharp rock, you very well could put a slice, not just a pinhole. You could put a slice, and then, well, you're going to start taking on water. Yes, there's plenty of patches that you could quickly do. You can even do some of those patches that's the underwater, that new tape they have out. I'm not going to mention any brand names because I get in trouble every time I mention brand names anymore. So anyway, you got this tape that you can actually put underwater and slap on it to fix it temporarily until you come back home, and you can actually put an aluminum patch on it. But very, very lightweight, quite durable, but not nearly as durable as a plastic boat. So here, remember too, these boats are identical length. This canoe, that is. It's just 15 feet to the flat back. And you're going to get the same speed when you're going idle speed or a little bit more. I think we got like 7 miles per hour, 6 miles per hour out of this one, when we got 12 miles an hour out of the aluminum canoe. But you have to go full throttle to do that. And quite honestly, there's just no sense in doing full throttle. Get yourself a John boat if you want to go 20 miles an hour. This is not the setup for you if you need to go 20 miles an hour. This is a long journey boat. at idle to crack above idle, believe me, this thing can get 40 miles per gallon. The internal tank got 10 miles distance, and then I came back and learned that the tank only holds a quart of that gasoline. That's 40 miles per gallon. So at idle speed, we were probably doing 3. At a crack above idle, it's about 5. That's plenty, and you can hear over it. When you're full throttle, then you have to shout just to get a conversation with the person in the front. So that's the other thing. This canoe is a little different in that it has these wells that are just not removable. When you have a 16-footer, you have a third rail in the middle, a cross tube, to help with the 8-foot long decking here. There is a way to do without the middle cross tube. You could bump this up from this 1.5 to 2 inch and then just put a prop. So basically you could cut off that in the center. This one, however, I'm going to leave it there because I plan to deck over the whole thing when I take it out for camping. So this boat, when set up for camping, will have an 8-foot by 8-foot decked plank. Now all the space underneath can be storage, and you can get to it from underneath here and from the forward. So that's up to you how you use it. And you could also, in expedition mode, take the extra planking in the middle and put it here when you're doing, you're traveling. So you can have this boat rigged like it is here for traveling, and then deck it over and pitch a tent. You don't need a tent site. So if you are really going out expedition style, the 16-footer is the way to go. If you're a one-man show or 2 guys, or a lady and a gentleman, what have you, the difference in the weight of this boat and that one is significant. 2 people, reasonably fit people, can take this thing and lift it up, walk it over a sandbar or something. Not so with the 16-foot and the double hull plastic canoe. That's a very in-depth look at the 2 different canoes with the Expandacraft outriggers, the 12-footer, the 16, fully rigged expedition, large amount of space boat, minimalistic, lightweight, still a good choice. And it just depends on where you plan to go, what you plan to use your Expandacraft or Expandacraft outrigger for. Don't forget too, you can do an Expandacraft with just a 3rd Expandacraft hull. It displays as much volume as a canoe does, but it won't swamp like a canoe will. So again, depends on your needs. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps us. This is an American-made manufactured product, and so we need all the help we can get. It helps us get higher up on the YouTube algorithms if you subscribe and hit that like button. So expandacraft.com, check us out.